how did some of these ideas and understandings and research inform your work as you moved into the fishing industry to protect these cold ocean birds?
Like I said before, when I took the trip to Albatross Island in Bass Strait, I got fascinated by albatrosses. Largely their beauty sort of it took my breath away more than anything.
Mm.
Then when I wrote up my work on emperor penguins and moved into longline fishing and seabird conservation, I gravitated to a part of the world that had the most number of the type of longline fishing vessels that took most of the albatrosses and petrels, took their lives incidentally around the Southern Ocean. So I did a lot of collaborative research with the fishing industry on fishing boats while they were production fishing, or when I managed to raise money, sometimes to charter industrial-sized longline boats for a couple of weeks and go and do designed experiments that were very clinically conducted by taking control of the entire fishing operation to try to come up with different methods of setting their gear to try to get their books to sink faster so they wouldn't catch so many birds, things like that. I ended up spending 30 years doing that sort of work in, I think, 9 different countries around the world, systematically working through all commercial longline fisheries in the world that take seabirds to try to put solutions on the table for each fishing method. So in conjunction with doing that work, it was useful to know if you understood the impact of the fisheries on the seabirds and the seabird colonies sort of around where the fishing grounds are. I decided to frequent some of these breeding sites for albatrosses and petrels and do research programs that were targeted at managing the fishery. And the most obvious thing were 2 things: population estimates, so you could track the trends in numbers.
Yep.
So you can tell management agencies whether the population's going up or down or stable. And secondly, did a lot of satellite tracking, putting small satellite transmitters on the birds' backs, on their back feathers, and tracking their foraging movements at sea. You quantify the overlap between all the types of fisheries in their foraging zones that could take their lives incidentally. That meant deep water fisheries for Patagonian toothfish, surface longline fisheries for tunas and swordfish, as well as trawl fisheries for small pelagic fish, from down near Antarctica all the way through to, in the case of South America, the latitude of, say, Santiago, the capital of Chile. So it's a very wide area. So, that took me to the islands and to build a body of work that was complementary to the work I was doing on fishing vessels themselves.
Fantastic.